Hey there, YouTubers. This here's Bulldog Rod.
And Papa Ron.
Papa Ron, how's it going, brother?
What's up, my brother?
We are back again to talk about something new that we thought you might be interested in. Now, we're just studying this stuff out, and we think it's kind of cool, and it's called NEM. And the things we're going to be going over about NEM is what is NEM, what makes NEM different, and what do they want to accomplish, and what is the catapult part of NEM. So we'll be covering all that. But right now, I want to talk about the cryptocurrency market capitalization.
Hey,
Did you know it's
Rod, before we do that, can I make an announcement?
Sure.
Sorry.
Sorry.
And I hadn't had time to tell you this yet.
Oh, uh-oh.
But on the
cool.
Well, we briefly discussed it, but you don't know that it's come about yet. So
Okay.
on the 25th, which is next Thursday,
25th,
at 1 o'clock Mountain Standard Time,
1 o'clock Mountain Standard Time.
we are going to have a live interview
A
with
live-
with Yes for Motivation. He's a
Hey,
big,
I like that guy.
yeah, he is. He's a big crypto guy out of the UK. And we've been following his videos. And the thing I like about him, when he talks, he just uses a lot of common sense about things. And his last couple videos have been really good.
He does. I really enjoy listening to him, but I really like his accent, man.
Yeah, yeah. So we're going to have a live interview next, not this Thursday, but next, the 25th at 1 o'clock our time, Mountain Standard Time. Anyway, just want to let you know. And
That'll be awesome.
so now you can go back to your
Okay.
cats.
Now get back on track here. We're, of course, that's on track too. But anyway, it's a cryptocurrency market capitalization. You can see that it's online here that it's got five. Well, we're number 5 in NEM, and that's the reason why is because our capitalization is way up there. Which remember the capitalization of the market cap is due to the supply that's in circulation times the price. And look how many we got in circulation with NEM. 8,999,000,999,000. Anyway, it's all in nines. Times the 11.117. What? What?
And here's the second part of that. It is showing the price right now at 11.7. This is a 3-month chart showing that they have had a pretty good spike in the last few days, last week or so, and they've held it. They've maintained it pretty good.
They really have.
Not that there couldn't be a drop off, but
You know what I like about this chart is that it goes up, but it doesn't make a real sharp drop. Now it is going down a little bit, but not too much. So I think this is going to be pretty stable. Looks like.
no, it's held really good. It's held really good. Hey, I think what's kind of cool too about NEM, and folks, bear with us till the end of this video. We've kind of done some research. We just want to give you a quick overview of what NEM is, kind of. But stick to the end, because if you're interested in this coin, you'll want to hear everything that's said.
Amen.
But go ahead, Rod.
Well, it's all, but NEM has been the underdog. It's kind of like the sleeping giant. Not a lot of conversation about it, but NEM used to be called the new economy market, but they just really didn't like that name, so I guess they're just going with NEM now. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
Well, let me talk about their blockchain. Their blockchain is, they constructed it from ground zero up. They didn't piggyback on Ethereum or Bitcoin. They created their own.
They did it from the very ground.
Yeah, they had enough developers, and they built this blockchain all by themselves, which is kind of interesting.
What? No wonder they're so good.
And it can be used like Ethereum's. You can put other blockchain creations on top of NEMs, just like Ethereum's does, and run other programs and stuff. I'm not
That's interesting.
saying the right word there, but yeah. So anyway, they had one of their goals was to address wealth inequality.
What does that mean?
Well, they kind of want to do out with the old economy where, the bankers and those at the top have all the rewards and all the peons like us. They want to kind of not distribute it more evenly, but they want everybody to have a fair chance at wealth equality. So they want to kind of bring in this new movement, which is NEM. And they want to, by doing it, they want to empower individuals kind of based on what a lot of these cryptos are. They're decentralized. They want to give you financial freedom and equal opportunity. And the way they're going to do that, well, first maybe we better talk about their coins. Their coins, which flow on their blockchain, is called XEM.
Yes, that's right.
There's no mining. They created all of them right out the gate, and it was that number Rod gave you, which is 8,999,000, so on. Anyway, so they created them all out at first. They're not mined. They're not creating any more.
Oh, they're not?
No.
That's it? Oh.
And
Well, no wonder the value will go up pretty quick.
Well,
of course, they got 8 billion of them.
They got to get them out there. And see, this is kind of their premise. They want it to be used as a currency. Similar to Bitcoin. They want it to be used.
They don't want you to hoard it.
Yeah, they don't want people to actually hoard it. And we're going to talk about that a little bit, why they're different and all.
Right.
But they have, before we get into that, I want to point out why a lot of these currencies have the X to start with, like XEM, XRP.
Yeah.
There's a company that's called, it's a standardization company, ISO. They standardize all the proper names for currency. And anything that starts with an X is non-nation related, meaning they don't have a specific country they're associated with.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Now, I don't know if that's true with every cryptocurrency, because a lot of them don't have the X at the start.
Well, can I ask you a question, Ron?
Yeah.
Is the gold and silver isn't considered a own country, is it?
No, gold and silver, their proper names, their official names do start with an X.
Oh.
I can't remember what they are, but yeah, because they're not tied to any specific region or country.
Kind of worldwide then, right?
They also start with an X. So that's kind of
okay.
interesting, huh?
Oh, okay.
Of course, these XEM, the NEM coins, can be purchased right now at Poloniex, or there's a place called Bitstamp. I've been to Bitstamp, but Rod and I haven't opened an account there yet.
Is it Bitstamp or Bittrex?
No, it's Bitstamp.
Bitstamp. Oh, okay.
No, you're right. Bitstamp is where you can store Ripple. I'm sorry. And did you see where Ripple's at today, Rod?
Oh, my God. Yeah. I was going to point that out, but you switched screens.
It's freaking at a quarter again.
I know.
We making money right now.
Right on, brother. No, wait a minute. I got to say my favorite saying. Right on, Pastor Tone.
That's right. So anyway, it is Bittrex. It's Poloniex and Bittrex is where you can buy these NEM coins. Now what makes NEM different?
Yeah, well, it does make it different.
Well, they have a 1 minute average block time, and that relates to faster deliveries. If you send something across their blockchain, they claim it's a minute or under. And they can do a lot of transactions in a second, too. I think it's like 12,000 per second or something anyway. Oh, wow. They also have a thing called multi-signature accounts. If you're a man and wife, you can put both of them on one wallet and have two people sign in on that wallet. Or if you're a business or man and wife, you can have it to where it takes two signatures or three to withdraw funds out of that wallet. So this is kind of different. I've never heard any other crypto do this.
That'd be kind of safe, especially if you're a business.
Yeah, a lot of businesses require two signatures anyway to write a check. So you do the same thing with their wallet. And they have multiple wallets. They have them for the a separate wallet, not app. I don't think it's an app, but for the Droid and for the Apple phone. And they've got a lightweight wallet, which means you don't have to download the whole blockchain to have that on your computer.
Thinking on this one, you know that?
Yeah, they've got some interesting things. They've got assets called these mosaics. We're not going to really get into that a lot, but I'm telling you, there's just a lot of information on this NEM. out there. And we're going to give you some links in the description box below when we're done.
Good, good.
And if you really want to study, yeah, we're going to look at a couple of those today too.
Okay.
So
good.
what are they trying to accomplish? They want an active currency. They want people to use this and not just buy it and hoard it.
That's what we were talking about a little earlier. Then.
Yeah, right. And since they don't, and folks, I keep looking down because I see Rod down here in my screen. So when he's talking, yeah, bro. So they want you to use these coins. So when they, even though they don't mine them, they have a thing what they call harvesting. And if you own 10,000 XEM coins, that qualifies you to harvest them. You're going to keep these coins. They have an official wallet themselves, NEM. And once you build these coins up in your wallet to 10,000, you can start harvesting, which means you're going to be the guy that they kind of go to.
Ron.
What's that?
I said I have a question.
Okay.
You said it has to get up to 10,000. You can't hoard it, but you're going to have to hoard it at first to get to 10,000, aren't you?
Well, yes, but they call it proof of importance, meaning that the more you use your coins in and out of your wallet, they kind of rate you on that. And this goes back to their equality for all, to give everybody the equal chance to the freedom of making money, the equality of it. So once you establish a wallet and you put coins in there, they want to see some action. So they kind of rate your wallet by how much you're using it and how many you have in it. So once you hit this 10,000, you can now harvest it. And there's so what you would do then is you would earn fees on all the transactions that come through your, I don't know if you get a node for that or a block, but as these transactions come through you, you get those fees once you start harvesting. So that's the benefit of it.
You have to keep your wallet at 10,000, or can it go below?
No, I think you got to keep it at
once
10.
You get up to 10,000, you can harvest.
Yeah, and then
keep up or down after that.
Well, you want to keep adding it up. They have what they call within the wallet coins that are vested and other coins that are unvested. And again, you just need to go read about it, because as you send 20 coins out, some of it's going to come from your vested allotment and some's going to come from your unvested allotment. Okay. And there's reasons they do that to keep you involved in using it as a currency. Now, don't think you have to not buy NEM because you're going to have to use it. And here in the United States, we're saying, well, why? Where can we use it? Where do we send it to have any value?
That was my next question.
Yeah, and they're working on that. And where they're really pushing this stuff, Rod, is in Japan. They're similar to Ripple in a little bit, in that they're working with banks on cross-border exchanges on their blockchain. So a lot of the banks have come on with NEM as they have Ripple too. Not the same banks.
The Japanese banks have.
Right. And they have I don't know how many thousands of merchants that are just now getting on this NEM currency. The Japanese.
So I can take my NEM currency and go buy me a Lexus in Japan and have them ship it over here.
You can do anything with enough money, brother. So yes, you could. So the Japanese love this coin, and they're really taking it on, and it's coming. So that's one of the main reasons Rod and I are vested in NEM, is because we can see the Japanese market really expanding into this. And I think that's why we've seen some of these price increases, because they just started this new thing called the Catapult, which we're going to talk about next. Any other questions, Rod, on...
No, I think you pretty well answered everything that I had. Any questions?
I hope I explained that harvesting as best I could. Like I say, they want to see activity. Once you get 10,000 coins or more...
well, to use that coin, because we can't use it here so much, but can we go buy other coins with it?
Yeah, you can trade. You can trade...
or Litecoin.
You can always go to an exchange and trade your NEM for Bitcoin or Ethereum, whatever you want.
especially if the Polynex isn't part of the exchange, because you can exchange anything there.
Yeah, and it is part. So yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, okay.
So what
Well,
is this?
would that qualify? Would that qualify for the harvesting?
It would qualify that you're sending coins in and out of your wallet,
Okay.
and you're not just hoarding them. So
Okay.
you would get a higher rating when it comes time to harvest. Because you've used your wallet periodically, you'll get a higher rating and make more in fees as people run transactions through your
I see. I see. Okay.
through your harvest there.
Okay. Okay.
That probably didn't make sense. And folks,
A
we're
little
not
bit.
the experts on this stuff. If we say something wrong, please post it in the comments. But
Yeah.
don't believe everything we say. We try to study it out enough and present it in a way that's understandable. But anyway, do your own research too, and we're going to give you some links for that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now to explain this catapult thing.
Yeah. Explain that.
They just, and I hope I'm not talking too much, Rod.
No, you're not.
Okay,
You're
they
not.
just merged with a company a year and a half ago called Mijin, M-I-J-I-N. They're out of Japan. They also have a similar blockchain thing. And what it is, and this is the company that's helping the banks get up and going with all this blockchain, cross-border sending funds around their coins.
You bet.
You look at a typical bank, and all banks keep a ledger, and their ledger records every transaction, deposit, withdrawal, and all that. Well,
They have to.
what's that?
Said they have to.
Yes, yeah.
I used to be in banking. I tell you, we had ledgers for everything.
And if you get audited, you got to have that stuff written down.
You do.
And nowadays, it's all kept online. It's all on the computers.
Oh yeah.
But as banks progressed through this, and they started interchanging more from bank to bank, country to country, this thing has gotten so big that it's just slowed down. That's why it takes 3 or 4 days to send funds out of country. It's got to go to a central bank. They got to log it there. It just takes time to swap the currencies. Well, the blockchain with this Mijin and NEM together, similar to Ripple, it sped up the transactions. They can send amounts instantaneous almost across border on the blockchain. It's ready for audit. It's auditability. It's safe. It's cheap. It's efficient. So they're now converting banks onto their blockchain also, and they've got several on just like Ripple does. I'm not saying they might be competing with Ripple. I've never heard that announced anywhere. But they have a good format, and if you get into the white paper on this catapult, which will also leave the link, it's pretty easy to understand where they're headed with this. So the platform is sound. They have the Japanese people behind them at this point. They're going to keep expanding out, just like Ripple has done.
Yeah.
It's to the point where Rod and I are kind of sold on this. And I have one comment here. It says, in 2016, several Japanese banks ran successful experiments on Mijin, so this is just last year, which achieved 1,500 transactions per second with 2.5 million virtual bank accounts.
Wow.
So 2.5. No.
That's impressive.
And it's worked. They had 2.5 million bank accounts. They did 1,500 transactions per second with all these banks, and everything ran smoothly. So
where's their homepage at, Ron?
Where's what?
Their homepage. Do we have that somewhere?
Oh, I sure do, Rod. Sorry. Get rambling on. Here's their homepage. Kind of talks about some of the things that they have going for themselves. We're not going to go over too much about how to set up a wallet. It's pretty interesting. You just go to this light wallet here. I'm circling it, Rod. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah, I see it.
You go to that light wallet. It'll take you to a link, and you can set up your wallet and privatize it and all that stuff, and then swap your coins over to it after you buy them on Polynex or Bittrex. Here's some of their main features. They have APIs. It's kind of cool stuff.
There's that POI.
618 full nodes online.
Wow.
And then, of course, one of my favorite sites, is this Bitcoin Talk. Every time I want to look up a coin, I go to Bitcoin Talk, and now I looked up NEM. Right now they have 1,587 pages of question answers, comments, research. Now, you don't have to read all 1,500 pages, but the first page...
If you have a question, that'd be a perfect place to go.
Well, I like reading some of the people that were interested, if they had an ICO, what they were commenting on and stuff. Excuse me. So this is the first page. Kind of talks about what is NEM. Here's their features.
Wow.
No, they got a lot of information on here.
They sure do.
Now here's their proof of importance. What I was talking about. Are you using your wallet or are you just storing the coins? And they compare it to proof of work, like Bitcoin and stuff. And what's the difference in them? Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And then you get down here and you can start reading the comments people have made. And if you go to the last page, like the one 1,587.
Yeah.
Sorry. These comments are probably from today on NEM. Yep, it's today, 8:35 p.m. So there's questions, there's answers, so you can go right back and read this way to get all the current stuff.
Hey, there you go.
Here's their white paper. Again, we'll put the links to these down in the description box. The white paper's pretty cool.
White paper do, Ron?
What's that, Rod?
What does the white paper do?
That kind of gives you their whole prospectus on what they're trying to accomplish with this catapult. They also have one for NEM, but this is on the catapult.
So explains it a little better?
Yeah, it's like their business plan. What they're expecting to do with it. So yeah, they're worth looking at.
Oh, beans.
Folks, we like NEM. We're into it. We think it's going to go somewhere. It might be a little longer coin to hold on to than others, but NEM's a good platform. Do your own research.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, there's some good stuff about it.
Yeah, it is. I wasn't when we first started looking at this, Ron, I wasn't real sold on it. But after we started looking into it more and more and more, I kind of like it now. I think it's pretty cool.
Well, it's worth making a small investment. They're in the top 5 coins on market cap, and
we invest in the top 5, so we're good.
Yeah, it's good. All right, folks. Thank you.
Appreciate you watching, and be sure to make those comments. If we said anything wrong, be sure and tell us. If we said something right, be sure to expound on it.
Good night.
Good night.